All right, day 3, getting oil put in the sled. Gonna go ahead and change my belt out. So, gonna get that adjusted. Got a little bit of the heat running right here because this floor is slick. So, as soon as I get the oil put in and get the sled moved out front, we should be good to go. So, yeah. All right, day 3 is on. So if any of you have never changed out a belt on a Skidoo Rev chassis, there's a toolkit that comes in the part of the left-hand door of your sled. It's like this. BRP has a screwdriver, has your spark plug changer, your shock adjuster, if you have that. Some other, like a pull rope, that sort of thing. Also has this little nifty tool here that is used for changing your belt. So that's what you use, and here's where you do that. All right, so on the Rev chassis, you pull this here, you pull this one here, and then the door will pop open, which shows your belt housing cover. You take the section right there, pull this up and away, and out of those little tabs right there. You throw that on the ground, and everything's better. All right, at that point, I definitely needed a clutch adjustment. So, at this point, there is a hole in your clutch assembly right here where the arrow is that you start winding this into. Like that. What it does is it starts spreading the clutch plates apart. You get it out to far enough position to where this will just come over the edge like this. I must not have it out far enough. Yeah, I got the sniffles, sorry. Alright, let's see if it'll come off now. Yeah, there we go. Just like that. And then off the front. And now you have your belt. This belt is not bad, but I've put about 500 to 1,000 miles on it, and just at the beginning of the season, it's good to go ahead and replace the belt with a new one. You never know if you'll have dry rot or any other issue like that. Of course, I bought a new belt yesterday, which is stored here in the belt storage housing. Now for this Rev 800, my belt is the 417 300 166, which also now is the same. It's been the 166 is the older version. The shop just had one left over, and it was a little. It's not made out of Kevlar. They now make a Kevlar version that is the 417 300 383. So if you're looking for the right belt for your 03 Rev chassis 800, in fact I think the 600s HOs took the same belt in the 03 year. All right, so reverse system as far as getting this belt back on. I'm going to try this one-handed. If it doesn't work, I'm going to move to two-handed. All right, there we go. looks like I might need to move to 2 hands. So I'll be back with you in a minute. All right, belt back on. Now it's time to reverse the direction of this screw until it's out. There again, it's not going to fall back into place until you actually start the engine and run it for a few moments, engage the clutch, and then you can see what if your clutch needs adjusted, which typically it will, because the older belt will have stretched in its usage. So I'm going to go ahead and start the engine here and get it spun a few times. Then I can show you where it's sitting, and then I'll adjust it and show you where it should be. All right, so I have started the motor, the engine, and the deflection on these belts is supposed to be no more than 1 inch when you press down here. I'm going to press down so you can see that's at least 2 inches down from where I was. You know, I know the yardstick moved a little bit there. So what I'm going to do is, in order to adjust your belt, you loosen these 3 bolts here, and then you adjust by turning this face plate here to a different selector notch, and then you tighten it back up. You run the engine, you throttle it up, spin the clutch assembly, and then shut it off. Test your deflection. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll test it. We'll show the result here as soon as that's done. Okay, now the belt's been adjusted. You can see I've moved it all the way from the 2 where it was sitting to the 6, but from the 11-inch mark, it has a 1 inch inflection. We're at 11, 10. So that's what your inflection should be. Of course, I've retightened my 3 bolts here. I will check them to make sure they're tight. And if anyone was curious, these are a 9mm, but that's how you adjust, you replace and adjust a belt on an 03 Rev chassis Skidoo. Of course, don't forget to replace your belt cover, which is always fun one-handed. Those little notches go there, and then it slides down into the little notches here and here. And you're back in business and can close up your door, lock it in place, you're ready to ride.